What's up, everybody? It's me, Monkey Master, and today we're watching... Where's the video? Oh my gosh. I'm still in OBS. SCP-2662, yet again. This is mostly because last time, apparently, I watched the wrong video. Classic Monkey Master mistake. But we're here again with this, with SCP Explained story and animation. Go check out their channel for a start. We're watching this video today. I was told by an anonymous source this one is way better than the last one. We'll see. We'll see. The animation's looking kind of the same. Anyways, let's just careful to wear tape. Watch it.
Over 50 men and women, clad in red robes, kneel before an unholy altar. They chant and mutter indecipherable words. Words of cruel.
Dude looking like, I don't know what he looks like. Anyways,
And madness, of obsession and sacrilege. Not long ago, these were regular people. Computer technicians, teachers, plumbers, construction workers, accountants.
Oh, dang, accountant. Okay. Sorry. Spaghetti time.
This was before they fell under the ungodly influence of a new ruler.
This guy actually looks scary. The last guy did not look that scary, honestly. Let's see if this guy's in the right or not, because the last Cthulhu that we looked at was kind of just a victim. Is this guy the victim? We'll see.
The center of this makeshift place of worship was once a normal
I think the Hydra logo. What the frick?
school gymnasium,
Hydra.
but it's now the home of a huge statue. A humanoid being, wreathed in tentacles. Its head is more like a squid or cuttlefish.
I want to know. Is this too loud?
The beast they worship is known to the SCP Foundation as SCP-2662, and he sits in the belly of one of their expansive containment facilities, locked away from the world. But not for long, if his devoted followers have anything to say about it. This is their god, all-powerful and unchanging, and when it comes to springing...
Just lock him up like that one SCP. What is his name? I can't remember. But he's like the highest, like, overpowered SCP that is like locked up, and like SCP-999 is going to defeat him or something. If I remember the law right. But whatever. Why do you not just lock this man up? What?
No tactic is too vile or underhanded to get the job done. Their mortal leader and high priest, a man in a purple robe calling himself Brother Marsh, walks among. He whispers instructions for the great day of liberation that's soon to come,
So
providing every.
At least the other one was just like straightforward. They're like, yeah, they're 200% caught
Claims
members.
their
So.
part. It's a plan months in the making, and one that, if it goes off without a hitch, could free their monstrous god into the world. They would strike at the very heart of their enemy, the SCP Foundation, when they least expect it.
Wow.
That was my reaction. Whoa.
I can't code. Interesting.
Okay, that's
And nothing.
that seems kind of sexist. Also, my count. Why are you guys not telling me my camera was not centered? No. Oh, there's my mic. Say hi, Mike.
How could they lose when they have a god on their side?
Doesn't the SCP Foundation literally have God in their container? So, well, he's choosing to be in there, but like, well.
But why did all these normal people become violent zealots for a squid-faced deity? It all began with a dream. To those who experienced these dreams, they felt more like prophecies, premonitions of the glorious horrors to come. A red sky, billions dead, and billions more enslaved.
Okay, that goes bad though. What the fuck? Okay.
A dark silhouette on the horizon. Their tentacled god holding dominion over all. Every night, the nightmare would return. They'd see the images, the red sky, the dead and enslaved, the tentacled god. And after a while, it would come to them even when they weren't asleep, eventually happening whenever they closed their eyes. Little by little, this scene stopped looking so hideous and started to look glorious.
Yeah, I love people being enslaved. Yeah.
They started to realize that they wanted him to rule over the universe and to experience the honor of serving him. Many of them abandoned their homes and families, leaving their friends.
Imagine your dad abandoning you for Cthulhu. That's crazy.
In their eyes, they were safer than they'd ever been. They finally had purpose. They were working in service of something far greater than themselves. The influence of the tentacled god drew them closer to one another. They would meet in secret, exchanging information from the prophecies their rulers sent to them in their dreams. They worshiped together, building altars and idols to congregate.
Your cult members 101.
They performed dark blood rituals.
That's a huge rabbit. That's like a jack. That's a jackrabbit. 100%. I've seen one. Those things get huge. Like they're like as huge as a dog. Like I'm not crazy, by the way. I'm not crazy. Okay.
It was when Brother Marsh, the Anointed One, arrived to guide them towards their true mission that things kicked into high gear. Just 3 months prior, Brother Marsh had been an office drone working in data entry for a large insurance company before the tentacled god invaded his thoughts with a simple message: "Free me, and the new world I create shall be your playground." Okay. Since then, he
seems like classic villain stuff. They're saying, "Oh, hey, if you like help me out, you'll be part of my new world. Psych, I'm gonna save you."
Quitting his job and maxing out his credit cards to help fund his new life's purpose. Infiltrating the
My guy is broke. My guy's broke, homeless, and like
SCP Foundation, and releasing his inhuman ruler from its imprisonment. That was the single goal he united the cultists under: freedom for the tentacled god. And at long last, they had all the pieces in place to strike. They'd finally gathered the necessary intel to subvert the will of the most powerful secret organization on Earth. Even the strongest institution is made of people, and people are weak.
Okay. Say that to like armed soldiers.
Unlike the almighty tentacled god, people.
Writing a book is hard.
Go off on your ad revenue, holy cow.
The people in question were Kelly Thompson, Sidney Levitt, Jordan Broche, Dr. Juan Gutierrez, and Jillian Larson. Dr. Juan Gutierrez was a researcher with level 3 clearance on the site where the tentacled god was being contained. Sidney Levitt and Jordan Broche were both security officers charged with verifying.
Okay, it's always the security officers, man.
Kelly Thompson was a member of site administration with research authorization powers, and Jillian Larson was a research assistant who often collaborated with Dr. Gutierrez. These 5 were the key to getting access to SCP-2662. Normally, personnel dossiers on people working for the Foundation were highly confidential, but the devotees of the tentacled god had their ways. They had a number of computer experts in their ranks, more than capable of hacking in and pulling some basic information off of Foundation servers without being...
Whoa, you're saying you can't just get like a computer that can't get hacked? Get SCP Foundation. Come on, man.
For the other information they needed, they turned to some good old-fashioned torture, which is often the most effective method when you need some quick results. Of course.
Don't waste their brain on something. Okay, well.
While the cult's grip on sanity may have been a little tenuous, they weren't stupid. While gathering their intel, they also made sure to find out what exactly they were up against. SCP-2662 was being held in a humanoid containment cell and guarded by on-site Task Force Town 9, better known as the Belligerent Bodyguards. These aren't lazy, donut-chomping mall cops. These are a heavily trained, heavily armed fighting force.
That's what I'm saying.
Cultists had one thing that these Foundation soldiers didn't: the element of surprise. For everything
okay, I guess
to go off perfectly, Brother Marsh's plans would have to be executed within a single day, and they were already on the clock. Tau 9 had been charged with tracking down any new SCP-2662 cults and dismantling them, and Brother Marsh knew that it was only a matter of time before the Foundation tracked them down.
I'm surprised they didn't already find them with all their like technology and all that.
And did the same to them. If they wanted any chance of freeing the tentacled god, then they'd need to strike quickly and with overwhelming force. The SCP-2662 worshippers were able to secure the addresses of the 5 key Foundation personnel and station members outside each of them, including one who could realistically imitate each.
Okay, how?
They waited for...
We grabbed the black person. You can imitate this person, right? You're black, right?
and broke into each of their homes as they slept.
Oh my
What
gosh.
followed was a sequence of ruthless and efficient murders done in the cause of freeing their god. Dr. Gutierrez was shot in the head while he slept. Sidney Levitt and Jordan Broche were both stabbed to death before either even realized what was happening.
Wait, what? I thought the SCP Foundation they weren't allowed to just go home. Like, you know, just go home. Like, oh, your job's done, go home. I thought they weren't allowed to, like, leave the SCP Foundation because of that reason. The reason being the risk of them spreading information they shouldn't be spreading. I'm confused.
Who'd gotten up to use the bathroom, went down in a hail of machine gun fire. Jillian Larson had seen that masked figures were breaking into her home and attempted to flee, but was caught and beaten to death by cultists in the
Oh my
hallway.
goodness, dang.
It was a strange irony that people whose day jobs entailed working with some of the most dangerous and nightmarish anomalies imaginable were murdered in their homes by nothing born.
Yeah, that's crazy that, like, the scientists, yeah, I mean, I can imagine with the scientists, but, like, the armed soldiers, like, they don't have any experience in these matters to be able to fight back. Whatever, man.
Regular humans. So far, Brother Marsh's plan had gone perfectly, with all 5 key
It's
personnel
March. What did I call him? I can't remember what I call him. Like, Brother Moss? Like, I don't know what I called him.
murdered within a 2-minute period.
Come on.
Next, the selected doppelgangers stole clothes from their victims' closets and were handed the correct forged doc.
Crazy that they just have the lab coat just in their closet. Hey, what's this coat? Like, the family member or friend would be asking, and you just say, I don't know.
Documentation. The next morning, each replacement began their journeys to the site where the tentacled god was being contained,
Okay.
while the rest of the cult armed themselves in preparation for their own part in the plan.
Where you get the guns
Nobody
from,
at the
bro?
Foundation seemed to notice anything amiss when the 5 arrived on site. When you work for the SCP Foundation, more mental energy is devoted to following the rules that keep you alive than to memorizing the faces of all your coworkers, and each one slipped neatly into position, disappeared.
You would think that would be part of the job too, since you don't want to have some crazy person try to let these suckers out. Trust me, you're gonna have like a freaking, like, 2019. When was the whole Area 51 thing? Oh, let's wait, the Area 51 thing. I think it was 2019, 2018. I don't know. Anyways, but like, you would have that whole situation happen.
Into the
want
familiarity
that.
of office life. But infiltrating the site was one thing. Getting past the belligerent bodyguards and into the cell of the tentacled god would be another thing entirely. That's where the rest of the cult would come into play. Heavily armed with whatever firearms they could get their hands on, the rest of the devotees of the tentacled god, Brother Marsh included, would attack the...
Okay, they do not have that. Isn't Brother March like broke? How do you afford these guns? Do you like beat up Stone and steal their guns? Like, what do you do?
containment site head on. In the ensuing chaos, the 5 cultists
Somehow they managed to kill these heavily armed people. How?
who had already infiltrated the site could take advantage of the distraction
Okay.
and break into the containment chamber. It was perfect. They
It-
launched their attack from the
It was perfect. Okay. I'm trying to sound deep though, but
outside
honestly,
and
I wasn't.
from
Anyways,
within. When Brother
I'm out
Marsh
of it
declared
today.
that the time was right, the assault began. A legion of gun-wielding cultists seemed to spring out of nowhere.
they look like Hydra members. Get them out
Front
of
for
here.
and just as Brother Marsh had anticipated, the site director called on the majority of Town 9.
Brother March, but like freaky March.
Town 9 obeyed, leaving 3 task force members behind to guard SCP-2662's
Good.
containment chamber. They expected to be guarding the cell from rampaging religious zealots seeking an audience with their god. What they didn't expect was a group of 5 Foundation employees walking right up to them and opening fire, killing 2 Town 9 members and taking the 3rd as hostage. While the war was being
Somehow.
waged outside, the infiltrators had found the tentacled god's containment cell in the low-risk humanoid ward. Their hostage insisted that using him wouldn't give them any leverage. The rest of his team
Yeah. It wouldn't give them leverage. I think the Foundation would just be like, kill the dude. I don't care.
would neutralize the whole group,
We could
him
get more.
included, if that's what it took to stop them. The infiltrators explained that using him as leverage was never their intention. He wasn't a hostage.
Oh no. Oh no. He's not hostage. If I think I know what they're gonna do to him, it ain't gonna be good for him. Oh
At
no.
all.
He's a sacrifice.
He was a
Yep.
sacrifice.
Oh shoot.
The cultists of the tentacled god detonated explosives, creating a hole in the wall and finally giving them access to their deity.
Instead of opening the door to blow a hole in the wall. Okay.
They climbed through and gazed upon
Why did you go? Okay, whatever.
him in awe. There stood SCP-2662, twice as tall as a regular man, with 10 huge tentacles emerging from its back. In their months of envisioning this creature, they'd pictured it sitting on a throne made of thousands of human bones, ready to dictate its commands to the obedient liberators.
He's just a guy.
What they certainly didn't expect was to see the tentacled god hunched over a computer screen.
Playing Minecraft. Is that Notch? What the frick?
Still, gods work in mysterious ways. So they stuck to the plan and began chanting. They pulled out a sacrificial dagger and began sacrificing their captured Town 9 member. It was at this point that SCP-2662 turned and saw what they were doing with a look of pure horror.
He is a Minecraft player. Look, Steve Minecraft. I can't believe he has Jack Black on his shelf.
He told them to go away, that he didn't want them here.
Oh, he's still just a guy. He's just a dude. This dude did nothing wrong besides just being an anomaly.
And that them murdering people in his bedroom like this was inconsiderate and disgusting.
Hey,
The cultists became even more confused.
that's my reaction when someone murders somebody.
Why wasn't their god accepting their offerings? What were they doing wrong? They tried more chanting and painting arcane symbols on the floor in blood, but this just seemed to make the creature angrier. He told them in a tone more fitting for a teenage boy than a Lovecraftian god to
Get out of my room!
just leave him alone so he could play his video games. This was serious.
So you're saying if I'm playing Fortnite, I could be playing with Cthulhu? Okay.
Obviously not cool. The cultists were baffled.
It was seriously uncool.
They told the tentacled god that they were there to free him. He replied that he didn't need saving.
Bro, I get to be in my room and play Minecraft all day. Like, come on.
That crazy stalkers like them were why he turned himself into the Foundation in the first place. Before the cultist infiltrators could get another word in, the remaining members of Town 9 stormed into the containment cell and gunned them down with surgical precision. The war outside was already over. Brother Marsh and the rest of the cultists were all killed in the firefight. Town 9 didn't look the least bit surprised upon entering 2662's cell. This was a common occurrence, unfortunately. They had to deal with an attempted cult invasion every few months.
Oh my goodness, that would suck.
Because SCP-2662's main anomalous ability is inspiring violent cults who relentlessly track down and worship it with arcane and bloodthirsty.
Man, that would suck. Just having cult members come in with a guy and be like, "We're doing this for you, buddy. We're doing this for you," and you're just like, "No, I don't want that person to die in my room, please."
2662 doesn't do this consciously, and definitely doesn't like the results. That's why he's under the voluntary care of the SCP Foundation, who keeps him amused with video
Oh man,
games and reading material,
is he a YouTuber? That's my question.
while fending off the deranged cults who try to invade.
Is he a Twitch streamer? Can I watch his Twitch stream? Do people even dream on Twitch anymore? I don't know.
Following the termination of the devotees of the tentacled god, just one of many cults who'd broken into 2662's containment cell, the remaining Town 9 members apologized to the tentacled creature
Sorry, that guy almost got sacrificed. Got sacrificed? I don't know. I don't know where they got the blood for him to wipe the pentagram, but well.
for the disturbance, allowing him to return to his gaming. They assured him that it'd probably be at least a few more months before something like this happened again.
Okay.
SCP-2662's cell was repaired, and the Foundation returned to its task of seeking out would-be cult emancipators, because for the SCP Foundation, it's not always about the anomaly that's being kept in containment, but what's being kept down.
SCP-096. Okay, that's my mistake. Ooh. The stairwell. I kind of get this SCP, but I don't at the same time. I need to react to this, but not today. Anyways, that was the video. Pretty good. I could say it's better. I think it's more put together than the last video. Like, the last video was kind of messy. Not gonna lie. So this one actually had like kind of a continuous story, but like, you know, whatever. So yeah, we did that. Recommend more videos to me, whatever. I'll react to them, even if it makes my channel die. So, anyways, recommend me more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, I forgot to say bye. Bye.